Hi everyone, this is Purna. I hope you all are doing well today. I'm here to talk about a topic that is very popular nowadays, ChatGPT in software development world. We will explore today how to use ChatGPT in Visual Studio Code editor. ChatGPT is a powerful AI model developed by OpenAI and it has a wide range of applications in various fields including software development. By integrating ChatGPT with vscode, developers can significantly enhance their workflow and productivity. In these presentations, we will explore how to use ChatGPT in VS Code and the various benefits it offers. We will look the different method of integrating ChatGPT with VS and how to use it to perform various tasks such as code completion, error checking, and code generation. So let us dive into the world of AI and software development and discover how ChatGPT can revolutionize the way of working with VS Code. In order to use ChatGPT in Visual Studio Code, so you have to add an extension called ChatGPT and we have to explore its features. To do that, here is the extension icon that you can see. When you click this, you will go to the app marketplace, whatever the app it is available here, and search something called ChatGPT. So there are so many ChatGPT related app here, but we'll use this one because it has been downloaded by around 1,63,000 people, and also we are seeing around 5-star rated by most of the people. And this ChatGPT extension developed by Ali Gencay. So let's install it. Okay, so this extension is already installed in my VS Code that you can see here. One more tab added to my Visual Studio Code, and here are some guidelines that we need to follow in terms of using this ChatGPT in VS Code. Before using this ChatGPT extension, we have to link it to your OpenAI ChatGPT account. So that will provide a API key, and you need to use that API key here with this extension. So how can we get that API key? To get that API key, here you can see, right, API key setup. You can see there is a link, OpenAI. So if you click this, it will open a page that is called platform.openai/account/API keys. So as it is not login, so I cannot see the keys here. So in this browser, I have logged in my ChatGPT account, and before using this extension, guys, you have to create your account in ChatGPT if you don't have any. Okay, in this URL of platform.openai.com/account/API keys, you will see the list of API keys created by you. So I'll create one more new key here, and let me copy this key, and I will delete the old one. So let me go back to Visual Studio Code. After installing the ChatGPT extension, let's open this tab, ChatGPT, and here you can see something, open extension setting. So just scroll down below and you will see ChatGPT GPT-3 API key. So here basically we need to paste that ChatGPT keys that we copied from the website and save it. Now if I will say something here like, what is ChatGPT? Let's see whether it is giving something. Awesome. Here you can see, right, so I ask a question, what is ChatGPT? So this is linked properly to our ChatGPT account through that API key, and it is responding that answer. So what are the things that we can explore from this ChatGPT extension? Let me select this piece of code and we'll explore a few shortcut features that given by this ChatGPT extension. So let me right click here and we'll see there are something called ChatGPT add test, find bugs, optimize this code, explain, add comment, and ad hoc prompt. So let me click on this ChatGPT explain and see what is happening, right? So here you can see, guys, like while I clicked on the shortcut for explaining the code, so this is responding like this code checks if a given string is a palindrome or not, and it also given some other details. So this is very interesting. If you want to understand a particular code and you ask that ChatGPT extension or that AI model to explain what is written inside it, it will write it down directly. So let me use one more thing, find a bug. So let's see whether is there any bugs are there in this code or not, and it is responded here like the code snippet seems correct and you should be able to determine if the given string is a palindrome or not. So it's saying this code is okay, so there is no any defect. So what I will do, right, let me add a bug here and we'll see whether this code have a bug or not, it is detecting or not. So instead of semicolon, I have given some commas in my for loop, and we'll see whether it detecting that bug is there or not. It's scanning through the code and finding the problems if it has any. Yes, it's find out some issues here, right? So it's saying this code has syntax error on line number 3. Yes, and the third part of the for loop condition should separated by a semicolon instead of comma. So this is, guys, it is suggesting, right? So like we need to put a semicolon instead of comma. This is very cool, actually. It's detecting and it will solve a lot of problems if we miss something, right? So I'm not saying we just go and blindly believe this what it is responding. So we need to evaluate it before using this suggestion, but somehow it is helping, like detecting these errors and all, right? So this is really cool. So let me explore another feature here. That is something to add comments on our code, right? Okay, let's see whether it is giving any comments. So comments are basically used to describe your code and what is the behavior here, right? Look at this, guys, how interesting this is. Let me expand this section. So it has written this code in very professional way. It is showing like, hey, the function definitions and all. It also describe what this for loop is doing, like iterate through the string for half of its length and stop earlier if not matching. So basically this code is validating whether a given string is a palindrome or not. So we can copy paste this and replace also. Okay, so let me try one more feature. Right, add test, right? So we just want to add some test for this function. Let's see whether it is writing the test code or not. Wow, see, this has written the test, right? So it has given something, a string like ABC BA, and expected output like ABC would say palindrome. Okay, and the second string is like it's written like ABCD, and it call that function and expected output is like ABC. It's not a palindrome. So this is very intelligent, and it's also writing the test for us. Okay, so let me okay, before using another feature, I just want to see the outcome of this code. Here I pass few string to this functions, test, noon, and 1 2 3 2 1, and seeing the output, right? Test, it is not a palindrome, noon is a palindrome, and 1 2 3 2 1 is a palindrome. So this is working perfectly, and let me clear this out, and I'll add one more feature here, like to optimize this code. So let me click on the ChatGPT optimize shortcuts. Okay, so here we can see the ChatGPT response, right? So it has optimized our code. So let me select this code, and here you can see, right, there is something called insert. So let me insert this. In this insert, what it does, right, it's replace the existing code. Now let's save this code, and let's check the output and see. Wow, correct. So how the existing code was returning, this also return the same things, but the code is in a different way. Okay, let's see any other features are there. There are something called ad hoc prompt. Let's click on this. What is the best way to write this code? Okay, so what is the best way to write this code? Okay, so ad hoc prompt in the sense like just copy this code, and it's open a pop-ups, and you can modify your questions and ask the ChatGPT on behalf of the selected version of code. So this is how I have asked, like, what is the best way to write the code, and it is given one suggestion. So this is how you can use ChatGPT, guys, in your Visual Studio, and this is one extension, but you can see some good amount of extension has been added to the app marketplace. I'm using this extension from last few weeks, and it is very interesting, and it increased my productivities for sure. So you can give a try and see how this will help your day-to-day development activities. This is all for the today's sessions. Thank you. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment and share. Please subscribe my channel.